today's show, going down in history. We have stories about people who find they cannot control how they're going to be remembered. Our show today in 3 acts, starting with this one, about 2 men in the Green Bay Correctional Institution who became famous and talked about and speculated about for the most old-fashioned reason in the world, which is they did something kind of amazing.
I wanted to find an alternative to parole, and I needed a means to obtain that.
I was asked if I wanted to participate, and I agreed.
Having some climbing experience in the past, I knew that many ropes were made of nylon, and so I sought to obtain the most available source of nylon, and that happened to be dental floss.
My client's name was Timothy Doomer. He was referred to often as Timothy Dummer, but given the ingenuity of his craft, should we say, his escape plan, he was the brightest one of the bunch.
The state wished to offer physical evidence. And so one of the first exhibits offered is here on my desk. The ladder was constructed of dental floss. And it's a very thorough and thoughtful construction process.
Well, there's 50 spools.
We put it in strands of 400, braided it,
knotted it up.
Each of the places are joined with whatever was available. Here's some tape. They used the remaining parts of a pen to hold by your hands or put your feet in. One just assumes that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of feet.
18,975 feet.
3.5 miles
of dental floss that were woven into these 2 ladders. The 2 inmates were assigned to shovel some sidewalks in an interior courtyard.
The plan was to go out there as usual.
My client and his cohort had actually timed how long it would take the guards, who, by the way, were on their coffee break, to come from upstairs through the 2 or 3 gates before they could reach the outside of the prison proper.
I think this one was actually used on the interior courtyard wall because they were near some steps. So I think they could reach up and hook this one on and then scramble up.
It only took us less than 20 seconds to get up and over that 35 feet building.
Then when they ran to the exterior wall, because it would be much longer drop down, I think they then affixed this rope, which is much longer.
He hooked it on the gutter.
Say that's 5 feet.
And I put my foot on it.
10 feet.
I was going to hold it for him.
15 feet.
And he trusted me with his life. That's how much we trusted each other.
20 feet.
I slid down the dental floss rope.
30 feet.
To the other side and ran for it.
Playing middle linebacker in high school, probably the best training I've ever had in this job. I knew with the surge of adrenaline that I had in the foot chase that Doomer wouldn't stand a chance. I knew I'd be able to catch him. Doomer made the first down, but we saved a touchdown.
While he was there, I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'm sitting there, I don't want to be a laughing stock, and I don't want to be left up here on this roof. So I took my chances and I just grabbed a hold of it and I sort of swung off the best I could, and I made it. I landed on my feet. As I started hitting the edge of the administrative building, a white shirt leveled a shotgun on me. I see the other 3 guards coming towards me. And I said to myself, well, it would be better for me to comply and get to the ground than to get shot or hurt or killed right here. At least if I don't get shot now, I have a better chance next time.
On the way back into the institution, Doomer kind of said with a smug smile, O'Neill, I'm sure your football coach would have been very proud of you with that tackle. And we all kind of got a little kick out of it.
And from there, they became famous as Dumb and Dumber, but because they were Doomwald and Doomer, it was just too big an opportunity for staff to let go by. So, in fact, the judge even slipped and referred to them once as that in court. So,
during the prosecutor's closing argument, he displayed the rope. Now, this is a masterpiece. I want to tell you, you know, when you're the defense lawyer sitting there and thinking, oh, shoot.
The jury went out and didn't deliberate for very long at all. I think they spent
About 9 minutes.
before they returned with guilty verdicts on both individuals.
The first thought that goes through your mind is, you know, how did they ever get that much dental floss?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that.
And then secondly, how did they ever manage to secrete that over whatever period of time is from the guards?
What can I say? We just did.
Each individual inmate, of course, has a right to floss their teeth, and that's why I think it was more than just these two guys, because if one of them had ordered 50 of it or two of them, something would have been suspicious.
They would always ask me where you get your dental floss from. And I always kind of say, well, you know, I can't really tell you that. But it really didn't matter whether I told them or not. I kind of wanted to be elusive on that, just to keep the myth of the whole situation up in air. But the dental floss didn't come from here. The dental floss actually came in through a TV, and it came with my partner, Mr. Doomer. He brought it with him into the institution. They just didn't check it.
If they would have simply applied this kind of energy to obeying the law, supporting their families, and going to work, what a great result that would be. But nonetheless, you can't subtract from certainly the effort that went into this.
Any lessons you learned from this